Hello everyone, this is my self-portrait presentation. My name is Marian Rodriguez and this is for my Intro to Humanity class with Dr. Rinck. I hope you all enjoy. The first artwork that I chose is El Capitolio. It is located in Havana, Cuba, and its construction started in 1926 by orders of Gerardo Machado. It was supported by the US government. It was constructed in about 3 years, and it is very similar to the one in Washington, D.C., but this one is a meter higher, a meter wider, and a meter longer, as well as much more rich in detail. It was used as the headquarters of the Cuban Congress, but since 1959 it has hosted the Cuban Academy of Sciences and the Science and Technology National Library. It is made of white limestone and granite, with some bronze sculptures inside the building. In the upper floor, there is a diamond, and it is interesting to know that the distance by road between Havana and any other part of the island is calculated from this point. It was declared a national monument in 2010. The social angle that I chose for this building is history because it has played a major role in the Cuban history. This artwork represents me because I was born in Havana, Cuba, and I actually used to live about 10 minutes from the capital. I feel like this building is one of the most important buildings in Havana, and every time I visit the island, I love going there and just walking through the hallways. The second artwork that I chose is Santiago de Compostela Cathedral. It is located in Santiago de Compostela in Spain. Its construction was finished in 1211 and it was built over the tomb of Apostle Santiago. It features Romanesque structure with Gothic and Baroque additions. The social angle that I chose for this artwork is history and culture, because the cathedral has historically been a place of pilgrimage on the way of St. James since the early Middle Ages, and it marks the traditional end of the pilgrimage route. This construction represents me because I lived in Spain for about 5 years, and this is one of the first buildings that we analyzed in my history class. I always felt like I had a special connection to the cathedral because my family is Catholic, and there are many Bible passages sculptured throughout the cathedral. When you enter the church, the first thing that you see is El Pórtico de la Gloria, an arch that is meant to welcome pilgrims after the long journey. When I saw this arch, it made me feel welcome and encouraged to the new life that I was about to begin. The third artwork that I chose for this presentation is The Little Prince. It was written and illustrated by the French aristocrat Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and it was published in 1943. It uses appearances and reality to complicate the story by interchanging the main character between the pilot and the little prince. The plot of the story is about the narrator, a pilot who has crashed his airplane in the desert. He's trying to fix his airplane when he meets the little prince. They start talking, and the little prince tells him about his adventures around different planets. Each planet is a metaphor for common problems in an adult's life. By the end of the book, the perspective of the pilot is completely changed. The themes treated in this book are the dangers of being narrow-minded and the enlightenment through exploration. The social angle that I chose for this book is the body and the mind because it explains how you grow as a person through your experiences and how talking to someone who has a different perspective can help you change the way you think. This book is very special to me because I first read it when I was a child and it was one of the first books that I actually read in my entire life. I have read it several times and each time I read it I interpret it in a different way. Since it represents the different stages of life, you can always learn something new from it. And it is full of symbolisms, such as the stars that represent the mysteries of the universe, and at the end of the book they highlight the prince's absence. The desert symbolizes the narrator's mind, the water the spiritual fulfillment, and the trains represents the efforts that we do to make ourselves better. This book has made me grow as a person and think about the actual things that we appreciate in life and how important they really are to me. They also made me think about what we employ most of our time on and if it's really worth it. I recommend it to anyone who has never read it. The fourth artwork that I chose is The Song Fix You. It is by the British rock band Coldplay. Coldplay was formed in 1996 by lead singer Chris Martin and Johnny Blackland at University College London. This song was released in 2005 and it belongs to the album X and Y. It was written by Chris Martin for his sister-in-law when her father died, and it is considered by Martin as the most important song that he has ever written. It describes how pain is only temporary and eventually we will find our way back to happiness. One of my favorite parts of the song is when it says, when you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse. The social angle that I chose for this artwork is body and the mind, because it reminds us how fragile we can be at some points in our life and how things will always get better. This song is very special to me because I listen to it every time that I want to give up on something. It reminds me that no matter how bad you feel, it will pass because pain is only temporary, and that you always have somebody who's there for you to cheer you up, even if you're feeling lonely. This song always gives me hope, and it reminds me of how much I love my friends and family. The last artwork that I chose for this presentation is Poema de las Cosas, that translates into Poem About Things. It was written by Cuban poet Jose Angel Buesa. Jose Angel Buesa was born in Cuba in 1910 and he died in the Dominican Republic in 1982. Most of his poems focus on the passage of time. This one specifically describes how we start realizing things as we grow up. For example, how we start remembering someone who's no longer there, how we start appreciating memories, or the fact that we never really give up on some dreams or we never truly forget someone. The social angle that I chose for this poem is memory, generational identity, and self identity, because it describes how our identity is formed based on our experiences and how our memories determine our future actions. This poem is really special to me because it is one of the first poems that my mom ever read to me, and it made me grow a love for poetry and literature in general. I love Spanish literature, and this poem reminds me that we have to appreciate every moment because you never know how long it is going to last. These are the references that I used for my project. I hope everyone enjoyed and thank you for watching.